Hello, good afternoon. This is David Soto talking to you, and today is my weekly trade predictions for the upcoming trading week of April 27 through May 1st, 2020. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at all the major forex currency pairs on a 30-minute time frame, and then try to compare that to higher time frames such as the 4-hour, daily, and weekly, and then give you my analysis of what I think is going to happen this coming week. Okay, so we look here on EURUSD to begin with. We see that yes, the price did drop some. I had predicted it would go up, but it actually did drop a little bit. But more or less, it was in a flat range of market, which I kind of predicted also. But it failed to actually go up. So with that said, I don't know. The price had dropped down now, and we see that it hit this pretty strong level of support, and it is going back up now. The question right now is, will it continue to go up? Because it had been looking like it was going to go up, but then it decided it wanted to drop, right? So I don't know. Let's look at the higher time frames and let's get an idea what we think is going to happen. Okay, the 4-hour chart shows that we hit a pretty strong level of support, and that is starting to go up already. So yes, I feel very, very confident that this will be going up for the rest of this, remainder of this week, probably even going in the next 2 weeks. Okay, now let's look at the daily chart. Daily chart has an up arrow also, right? It never actually, formed a red arrow, but it, went up and dropped back down, as you can see right here, but it hit a pretty strong level of support, and it's already starting to go up. So yes, we have a blue arrow, no red arrow. So long term, this will be going up. And if we look at the weekly chart, we see pretty much the same thing, right? So this has been fighting to an uptrend for quite some time, but we're competing with the US dollar here. So US dollar is usually the winner, but not always. Okay, both right now are neck and neck, especially with all this coronavirus things going on, and the market is has a lot of instability. The market's unstable right now. So you're going to see these two really battling it out for the next few weeks. So more or less, we're going to see a flat range of market, but we should be seeing this go up, for the next week or two. What I would do, for this scenario, what I would do is I would go to like a 15-minute chart, and I would place buy trades only, right? You see, the reason why is because look, we had a sell signal here, and it started to drop and then shot back up again. So that means that this is a very bullish market right now. So this will be going up. Now, at the beginning of the week, Monday or Tuesday, I predicted this to drop simply because we had the price came back up to this level of resistance. So we should see it drop. And again, probably late Monday going to Tuesday, you should see a blue arrow form on the 15-minute chart right here. So wait till you get a blue arrow and then buy. And then you can close on the opposite arrow using the 15-minute chart. That would be the best way to trade this. Moving on to Australian dollar, US dollar, AUD, USD, we see that the price again was more or less in a flat range of market, where the price ended pretty much where it began. Had a pretty good drop, but it came back up. So now it looks like it's starting to form an uptrend, kind of, sort of. And the question is now, will this keep going up? We have a level of resistance right here, but it has not dropped and came back up, but it has not broken that same level. So let's look at the 4-hour chart and get an idea of what's going on. Wow. The 4-hour chart has a pretty strong level of resistance right here, but the price has not hit that level of resistance. So with that said, the price right now looks like it's going to be going up, and the price did drop, but it's been in a flat range of market here for the last couple of weeks. So again, with that said, this market is very bullish. The Australian dollar has been very strong. If we look at the daily chart, we show an up arrow, no red arrow. So it's definitely in an uptrend. If we look at the weekly chart, same type of scenario, right? We can even draw a trend line right here, coming up like this, and we make a perfect support line. Perfect trend line right here. So if we bring that down to a 1-hour chart, we see, and I zoom out a little bit, we see here that well, close enough anyways, but you get an idea, right? So we have a pretty strong level of support, and we should, let me see if I can fix that a bit. That's what I wanted to see. So this right here, if this is going to be going into a downtrend, we need to wait for this trend line to break. Okay, you can use a 1 hour chart, maybe even a 4 hour chart. Okay, it doesn't really matter so much, but you want to wait out about 2 or 3 candles to break. If you're on a 4 hour chart, 2 candles is enough. Okay, if you're on a 1 hour chart, wait for at least 3 candles to break below and then sell. All right, so that is what we're looking for. So officially we're still in an uptrend. Okay, and yes, this has been very strong, and I feel that this will be going up even more. Okay, simply because, you know, the market is very strong going up. I cannot tell you exactly what to do right now, unfortunately. Okay, I do believe that this will go down, but I'm not 100% sure. You need to draw a trend line and wait for that to break before you even place a sell trade. If you want to buy, you can, but what I would do is I would mark your highest point of resistance right now, okay, which is this level here. Okay, if you get to a 4 hour chart, you see that, right? So that is your strongest level of resistance right now. And what I would do is I'll put a buy stop pending order above that. Okay, and either wait for that to break by 2 candles or wait for the break coming down by 2 candles on a 4 hour chart. Okay, and then you can trade either up or down. If it breaks up, it's going to keep going up. If it breaks down, it's going to keep going down. So at this very moment, don't do nothing. Okay, just wait. All right, that's the safest thing. Moving on to GBPUSD, Great British Pound versus the US dollar. Yes, we see we're in a flat range of market. The price did end lower than where it began, but more or less we're just in a flat range of market right now. It is pretty much a flat stalemate between the pound and the dollar, and both are competing, both are hurting, and both are competing to make ground, right? So if we move on to a 4 hour chart, we see that the price is slowly working its way into a downtrend. Been doing that for the last couple of weeks, but we will see the dollar is starting to weaken, so that should allow this to go up. And if we look here on the daily chart, we have an uptrend, we have an up arrow but no red arrow, right? So officially we're in an uptrend still. And if we look at the weekly, same type of scenario, right? So it's been the last couple weeks, it's been in a flat range of market for more or less. So long term, this will be going up, but it is going to be a very long term, right? It's not going to be like just shoot up all of a sudden one day. You're going to see a flat range of market for quite some time with a slight uptrend, and probably the next 6 weeks you should see you know, a good rise in the price. But then again, that all depends on the dollar right now. So both are competing very hard. So what I would do this week, since it's been in a flat range of market and it looks like it's going to continue, okay, what I would do is put your charts on a 30-minute, maybe even 15-minute time frame. Yeah, 15-minute time frame should be perfect, and you can just trade from arrow to arrow. Easy enough, okay, easy enough. And yeah, you see that. Now it's not a perfect strategy. It's not a perfect strategy, but more or less it's going to work. Okay, more or less it's going to work, and the long-term trend is bullish, so you probably can stick to buy trades only. But then again, it really doesn't matter right now. Okay, you can trade, you can buy and sell both. It's really not going to make any difference. Okay, so anyhow, that is my predictions for GBPUSD. Just both buy and sell. If you look here on USDCHF, the next pair, we see that the price did gain, which was, you know, not quite expected, but that's okay. You know, it's been fighting to go up. Now the question is, it hit this pretty strong level of resistance and it's starting to work its way back down. So now will the US dollar continue to go down? Okay, you look here on the 4-hour chart, we hit a pretty strong level of resistance and it's already working its way down, so which is a very good sign. And the daily chart has a red arrow, never formed a blue arrow, so the daily shows to go down and the weekly shows to go up. Okay, but we also know that the monthly shows to go down. So the monthly is the greatest time frame and the strongest signal. Okay, so the long term is will be dropping. Okay, now you can look at this right here and say it's been a flat range of market for quite some time. Okay, so this US dollar is not going down without a fight. So is the Swiss franc. So they're both very strong currencies and they're both going to be neck and neck. Okay, so what I'm thinking is the 4-hour chart shows to go down, so I think it's going to be going down for most of this week. Okay, and what I would do is I would go to like a 15-minute chart probably, and maybe even 5-minute chart, and then look for sell opportunities only. Okay, now right now you have a sell open and it's already dropped. You probably could get into this. What I would do is once you place a trade, then close it on the next blue arrow. Okay, but if you use a 5-minute chart, okay, it's going to repaint some, so I would wait about 3 or 4 candles after you get the initial red arrow and then place your trade. Okay, and then close it out when you get the next blue arrow. Right now is not a good time to place a trade. Okay, you could, but it's already dropped so much. You want to get in like right in here after a few candles, after like 3 candles, then you can get in. Yes, you can get in right now and wait for the next blue. You'll get some pips, but overall you want to try to get in like right after you get the arrow and then close it when you get the blue arrow. Okay, that's going to be the most effective way to trade this. Okay, I hope you understand. Okay, so look for sell opportunities only for US dollar Swiss franc this week. Moving on to US dollar Canadian dollar. Again, we see there's more or less in a flat range of market, and the price ended pretty much exactly where it began. So now what's going to happen this coming week? Let's look at the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart shows to go down. Okay, and we know this has been working its way down for quite some time, but like you can look here and tell it's been in a pretty much a flat range of market for the last few weeks. Okay, almost an entire month now, and it's not going down like it should. Okay, like we had planned, but that's okay. You look here on the daily chart, we have a down arrow, and we look here on the weekly chart, same thing, we have a down arrow. Okay, so yes, long term this is definitely going to be going up. We just have to be patient. Okay, that is the name of this game, is be patient. All right, so do not, you know, try to look for a lot of profit on this one. But what I would do is I would look for number one, look for sell opportunities only. Number 2, put it on a 15-minute time frame. Okay, now right now it's on a 15-minute chart and it's already starting to drop. So now right now would be a perfect time actually to get into this trade, and then close it when you get the next blue arrow. Okay, 15-minute time frame should be perfect for this. All right, and you really could buy and sell both because, like I said, it's been a flat range of market. I probably would just stick with sell opportunities only, the red arrows. That is my best take on this. Okay, stick with the red arrows and you will be just fine. Okay, moving on to US dollar Japanese yen. Okay, again we see we're in a pretty much a flat range of market this past week, right, and has not formed any trends. So what is this going to do? Well, we know the US dollar has been trying to work itself into a downtrend. So let's look at the 4-hour chart. Voila, the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart doesn't really show much of anything. Okay, yes, we hit a strong level of support here in the past, and it's kind of hit that already several times, but has not really done anything. Has not formed an uptrend, has not formed a downtrend. Okay, now is that a bad thing? No, it's actually a good thing. Look here on the daily chart. We have an up arrow, weekly has an up arrow, and the monthly has a down arrow. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen with this one, but what we do know is that it has been pretty much in a flat range of market, right? It has not been doing near anything. So what I would do, and this one should be a safe bet, is buy and sell both. Okay, go on a 15-minute time frame and look to buy and sell both. All right, and you get pips either way. All right, sell here, close there, buy here, close there, sell here, close there, keep going on and on. Of course, I'm going backwards, but it's okay. But right now is a good time to buy. And what you need to do is wait. The arrows on this candle right here. So I'd wait about 3 or 4 candles before I place a trade. So that's about 45 minutes, an hour at least, before I would place a buy trade, and then hold it until I get the next red arrow. And it's going to be, you're not going to get a lot of profit out of this. Okay, that's the only bad thing. But it's not good. It's more or less guaranteed because you're in a flat range of market. Let's say you sold right about here and you closed the trade. That's 422 pips. You know, you did the same thing here. You got that one. That's 400 something pips. And see here, you close. Say you sold here, closed here. That's 270 pips. So you're not going to get a huge amount of profit, but it's okay, right? It's going to be a steady profit, buy and sell all week. Okay, so yes, you will get a lot of pips in the end, in the long run. So for the US dollar Japanese yen this week, please buy and sell on a 15-minute chart. Okay, that's my best thing. That's my best analysis, or my best thing to say about the USDJPY. Now that concludes my predictions for the week. If you have any questions or comments about this trade prediction, or if you need me to look at another currency pair, okay, I don't care what it is, just hit me up on Facebook and I'll be more than happy to help you. Okay, there is a link below in the description video for my personal Facebook. Please contact me there first. Also, there is a link for my private Facebook group where you can join that and request to join that, and you can post any questions or comments in my Facebook group. Okay, so with that said, I look forward to helping you. Thank you and have a wonderful day.